To the untrained eye or the uninitiated, they look at that and they go, "Well, Douglas is just—they're just failing. This is pitiful." So talk a little bit about the report card. Talk a little bit about what you think is the reality that's reflected in that report card. What is the background on that F anyway?
So the report card from the State Department comes from 5 different factors. We have the academic achievement, we have the graduation rate, you have the chronic absenteeism, you have the English language proficiency aspect, and so you have all of those things kind of put together, and it gives you your overall grade. And you also have post-secondary opportunities. So we look at what we need to be doing as a school, and those factors are the same for everybody. So we own what our score is, but we know that what we are is much more than just that letter grade. So we have a lot of great things going on in this building. We have done a lot of things to improve the culture of this building. We understand that people's perception is their reality, but I would welcome anyone to walk into this building and not see the great programs and not see the great students and just be actually blown away by what's actually going on within the building. So we own where we are as far as the state report card. We know we have a lot of things that we can improve upon, and so we're working hard each and every day to do that.
Talk about the dynamics of testing and that academic portion of that overall score. There are like several things in there. Talk about the academics and how you're starting to address the academic issues that students bring to you. You're kind of downstream. There's the elementary school, then there's middle school, and then they get to you. So, how do you help students recover that might have had a hard time in those earlier grades?
So, speaking to the academics, we understand that we have several students that come to us with some academic deficiencies, and we understand that this is not to place blame on any of the earlier institutions, but we know that we're kind of behind the 8 ball because we're the finishing line. When you get to us, we have the ACT where where all of our students are measured just along with everybody else in this country, and so we have to catch them up, and we know that comes with a lot of hard work. It comes with a lot of preparation and planning. So we have prepared our teachers for that task. They're doing a lot of great things as far as making sure they are addressing the standards. But at the same time as addressing the standards, they're having to catch up. So we do a lot of things as far as after-school tutoring. We have a lot of remediation that our teachers are actually doing within the classroom right there. Right. Kind of like a coach who sees that a play is not going right. As soon as that player comes off to the sideline, we're looking at the data. So we're analyzing the data. We're seeing how we can get better. We have PLCs that are fully functioning, where teachers are looking at the district snapshots, seeing where we should be, seeing where we need to grow, and they're addressing those areas for remediation and enrichment. And so we understand where the academic piece is. It is our main thrust. And so we actually improved slightly in our academic achievement score, and we're looking to improve even more so this year.
The attendance is probably the segment of that report card that I've heard most principals complain about. Right. That they feel like they're being measured on something that's really that happens a lot of times outside of the school. Right. So talk a little bit about what you do about what you can control, which is to incentivize attendance, and I believe you have a separate outreach person that actually does outreach to parents. Is that right? Right.
We understand that chronic absenteeism is a huge issue, within our school and within the district, and so we have actually, through our Title I, we have actually hired an attendance advocate to help us tackle this piece of the state report card. So our person is making calls, our person is getting in contact with parents, keeping them in the loop, and we are calling students in that have, that are getting close to those critical hours missed within the classroom. And we do understand that there are factors beyond what happens in this building that contributes to our students missing. Students aren't. It's not like back in the day when students are, almost forced to be at school. Sometimes, students are asked to do some things that they shouldn't be at this age. But we can't lean on that. We have to try to do what we can. So we have a great PBIS program to where we're offering incentives for students to be at school each and every day. Like we have a very popular basketball game, Millwood game, coming up in 2 weeks. So we actually have a push for no tardies, no absences, and you can get in the game for free. So something where there's a short term, the students can, it's not something that's way far off. Our students see it, something that we know that they would like and something that would help them out. So, we're doing what we can. We have, perfect attendance type awards and parties along the way, those smaller type things to try to fix that problem.
So you have a high expectation there, and you have somebody actually working on that right now.
Right.
Does that person help parents feel more connection to the school when there's somebody calling, visiting?
It really does. I mean, there is a kind of a robocall that goes out once our students miss any kind of class, and so some of our parents, unfortunately, they may ignore that or not pay attention to that. But when we have somebody actually physically from the building calling saying, hey, we missed a student, or hey, this student missed 2 or 3 periods, or hey, this student missed an entire day, it lets those parents know that we are, we notice their student, we care for their student, and we want them to receive their education. And they just get further behind when they're not in our building. So we want them here each and every day.
Sometimes too, parents think that their child has left for school, and they never show up for school. So sometimes it really helps the parent just to know, no, wait a minute, they said they went to school, but they didn't go to school. So that creating a loop there helps, doesn't it?
Right, it does, and it's also showing the parents that we want to protect their student. If they're thinking that they're here and they're not, we're reaching out. We're in constant contact with our parents because they're our biggest allies in this quest to improve our attendance. We actually are very fortunate to have a program here where our students are able to have an outlet to where they can express themselves. They get to, not only just learn more about writing, learn more about poetry, but it's kind of turned into a support group for one another. They have found their voice, they have found their strength through spoken word. So we are very, very fortunate to have Poetry and Chill. Our students have been able to visit other places. They've been able to be on the news, which they love. It is. It'll be actually happening today. It happens Tuesdays after school. It has grown. The word has spread, and our students who maybe they weren't the athlete, or they weren't they didn't fit in this box, maybe not in band, maybe not in art, or maybe not in makerspace or computers. They have found their lane, and it has actually happened to, some of those band members and athletes have actually joined in. So it is something that has grown, and it's something that has really been a neat fixture to the school for this year and last year as well. I am just truly blessed and fortunate to be sitting in this chair, to be working with these teachers, to be, in these kids' lives. I understand that a lot of people have a different perception about our building, but once again, we have some of the most tremendous students that you could imagine. They will run through a wall for you if they know that you care for them. And so I am proud. We have some of the hardest working teachers in any building in this district, because not everybody is able to deal with all the trauma and all the things that come along with some of our students. And but we have some of the most intelligent, hardest working students, and I'm just proud to be leading this great institution, because this building has been a staple for this community for decades, and I am just proud to be in the seat.